So the All Blacks lineup for the match this weekend up against the Springboks has just been announced. There are some big changes compared to what we've seen already this Rugby Championship, and in this video we'll be looking through at the side, seeing what has changed as well as what to expect from this weekend's game of rugby. But looking through at the front row, this is unchanged from the last match up against Argentina. Number 1, Ethan de Groot. Number 2, Cody Taylor. And number 3, Fletcher Null. So going with that power up front, Taylor has been immense in that number 2 jersey. Lineouts haven't really been a problem for New Zealand this Rugby Championship, or in fact up against the French. So you've got to stick with that foundation, as well as de Groot and Null, sticking with what has worked for New Zealand so far. In the locking duo, this is where we do see quite the change. Number 4, Scott Barrett, he will be the captain heading into this Eden Park Test match. But number 5, they have reverted back to Tupolvai. Now, he has been doing extremely well in the blindside flanker role. It means that Fabian Holland, a man who has played 80 minutes 5 times in a row, will not do it in the 6th game. He is instead going to be making his way off the bench, Vai back to lock, and then that opens up the opportunity in the number 6 jersey for Simon Parker. Artie Savia, he is at 7, and this will be his 100th Test match. So if it wasn't already enough pressure being at Eden Park, of course, the big 100 for the vice-captain of the All Blacks, number 8, Wallace Satiti. So what we are seeing here is a new locking duo and a new loose forward trio for the All Blacks heading into this contest. But Wallace Satiti, he's always one of the busiest players out there on the field. Him and Savia at the same time on the park will be very interesting to watch. We did see it last year and it was effective, so perhaps it will be up against the Boks as well. Moving on to the back line, Finlay Christie as the starting 9. No Cortez Ratima for this game, so as late as they tried to leave it to see if he was going to be ready, just not quite for this match. So he will partner alongside Beauden Barrett as the Blues duo in the 19 combination. The midfield will still be Jordie Barrett as the number 12, with Billy Proctor at number 13. Rieko Ioane keeps the left wing spot as the number 11. Imoni Narua moves into the number 14 jersey, so quite an intriguing change there. I know that Sever Reece, don't get me wrong, he's been a little bit up and down in form, but some would have taken him over Rieko Ioane, so perhaps a switch could have been on the cards here. But Imoni Narua's defence throughout Super Rugby has been incredible, which is, I believe, why he's made his way into the starting side here. And then number 15, they have once again gone with Will Jordan. So in terms of comparing this to the Argentine matchup, we've seen quite a few changes across the 4-pack. The back line, pretty similar with the exception of the Finlay Christie change and also Imoni Narua on the wing. Now moving on to the reserves, number 16, Samisoni Taukiaho, number 17, Tamaiti Williams, and number 18, returning from his injury, it is Tyrell Lomax. Number 19, this is where we do see Fabian Holland, so I'm curious to see how they use him. And I'm also curious to see whether or not Tupolvai transitions to 6 at any point in this matchup, because it is a possibility, or perhaps they are just looking for that pure lock cover of a swap for a swap with Holland. For Tupolvai, Duplessis Karefi, he gets the number 20 jersey, so that is where we'll probably see Savia move to number 8. Number 21, Kyle Preston, this will be his debut. There were a few concerns earlier on in the week whether or not there was an ankle injury, but he is all right, and he will now get the chance. The thing is, it's a debut for a young man, and an All Blacks debut is big enough as it is. The All Blacks debut facing the Boks is absolutely huge, and then you throw on top of that you're defending a 50-match unbeaten streak. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him, but I do think throughout Super Rugby, definitely in the early stages, when there were other injuries for the Crusaders, we saw Kyle Preston really step up in those moments, so hopefully he can do the same at international level as well. Quinn Tupaia as the number 22, and Damian McKenzie to close out the starting lineup and reserves. He is the number 23, but that is the All Blacks side to face South Africa, who will be announcing their side at 6 p.m. tonight. As soon as they do, of course, we will be letting you know, and then we've got previews. We've got the live commentary coming on the channel too. This game is going to be absolutely massive. So, of course, if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. But let me know what you think of this All Blacks side. Definitely different from what we have been seeing so far. But will it work up against a side like the Springboks? Do let me know in the comments down below. But thank you all very much for being here, and I will see you all for the next one.